Hello everyone, welcome to Project Management Simplified. I'm Gayatri Bakshi Sharma and we are in this project beginner series. So today is lesson number 3, and in this particular lesson I'm going to give a recap of the previous lessons, lesson 1 and lesson 2, and then I'm going to be letting you know how to update task and update project plan. This is not going to be a very big lesson. However, it is going to be one of the very useful lesson that you must go through in order to understand how to update tasks. I personally feel the purpose of project plan is not just to keep tracking on the project, but also know how to report the project. When you create a project plan, you track it accurately, you schedule all the activities, and if a particular schedule is not falling in place, that means something is not going right on the project. And when you reschedule your project, it gives you an ability to produce a reporting for your for your stakeholders. So this is why we keep on updating our project plan, just to make sure that our reporting doesn't fail anywhere. So let's get started. All right. So in previous lessons, lesson 1 and lesson 2, I gave you an information about how to create a new project, then all the options this MS project has, and then I even taught you how to create task, how to create this WBS, and then different views of project management, different views of a Microsoft project. So here you can see that this is our entry screen, and I have even I have even let you know that how you can create your timeline basis the project plan. Like if you have an activity, then how you can put that activity to a timeline. You know how to name your or give a naming convention to your WBS. If you don't know about that, then please go and visit lesson number 2, that has full step by step information on how to create this WBS. Then after this particular point, I see that project plan is ready, and this might be a working document, because when you talk about a project plan, until unless your project is not completely finished, it is always a living document, because you keep on changing things basis the requirement, basis the availability of resources, completion of a task, and there are many factors which directly or indirectly affect your project plan. So before I move, I will first talk about setting a baseline and what exactly baseline is. So baseline is, you can say, it is a plan. It is the snapshot of your plan which you take as your standard, which you are going to compare your stages with as you move on with your project. So, if I create a baseline, that means it is the point from where I have to keep measuring my project, see if I have a variance. Variance means could be positive or negative. Positive means that you are delaying a activity. Negative means that you have already done an activity before schedule. That means you are ahead of schedule. So for that, Microsoft has a different options for setting baseline. For that, what you have to do is you have to go to this let me go back to this task section, and then I am going to go here in the project tab. As I go in the project tab, you can see that here is one option called set baseline. So if you click on this, it will give you two option. Number one is that you can set a baseline, which could be a new baseline. You can set multiple baselines to your project, depending upon what stage, which part of the project you want to take forward for the comparison. And you can always clear the baseline, previous baselines, if you have set any. So before I jump onto this setting baseline, I show you what is the purpose of setting this baseline. So I will go to this corner and I will go to this tracking screen. So tracking screen is nothing but it is going to track the project basis what is actually done, how much activities you have completed, how many tasks you have completed, what was the duration. So that means this is where this is the area where you can come and define the actual start or actual finish or percentage of amount a work has been completed. Then there is one more important screen that you should go, that is variance. So variance is nothing but how much deviation there has been on a project plan or the task that you have taken up in a project plan. You can see that it says a baseline start date and baseline finish date, which is showing not applicable at the moment because we have not set any baseline of this project plan. So the moment I will set the baseline, so what you have to do is you have to just click on this set baseline, and there are gonna be few options that you can use. Number one is you can use the entire project to set the baseline, or you can select the selected task to create a baseline. My own preference used to be creating a baseline for the entire project, so I am going to go with this today. But if you would like to have some stars, selected tasks that you want to baseline your project plan for, then certainly you can select this selected task. So we will go with an entire project baseline. So I said okay, entire project baseline is baseline, and there are, you can see if you drop this down, you will see there are many options. Microsoft project give you up till 11 options to set your baseline. Like it is baseline 0, this baseline with no number is, I call that as baseline 0. Then you have baseline 1 2 till 10. So I think for the bigger projects you might need these many numbers of baselines, but for the smaller amount of project, I think one or two should be okay, depending upon how you want to keep track on how frequently you want to baseline your project. Okay, so I am going to select my baseline, first baseline, and I say okay. You see that as soon as I selected, I put this baseline to my project, you will see that this project has the exact start date and finish date like with my entry screen. So it took the default values of the project plan and pull those values to the baseline ones. Okay, now you see there is no variance because there is nothing which got started earlier than the schedule, nothing which got delayed for the schedule. So you see that start variance is 0, finish variance is 0. What is start variance and what is finish variance? So start variance is nothing but how soon you have taken up a task, then it was being scheduled, like what the actual start date was and how early you have taken that activity before the actual start date. Likewise, finish variance is the number of days, difference of number of days which you have in the actual finish date and the finish date that you had planned for the project. So another important thing which I would like you to do is status date. So status date is what? Status date is the date when you want to see the status of the project. So this is one of the important thing I prefer to use on this MS project, excuse me, because of the fact that it gives you when you have taken your last status could be a weekly basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. So I am gonna be taking this status date as and what you have to do is always keep in mind that whenever you set the status date, your project should be on that date or after the date. So if you want to see, or sorry, when you say that you have set the status, you should update your project plan on that date or after that date, not before that. So I say okay, my status, I'm going to check my status from 15. That means after 15th of until 15th of December, I will see how my project is, I'm falling in place, or I will be updating my project till 15th of December. Okay, this is my status date. Now if you will see, you won't be able to make out if I have set the status date or not, except I can see that status date is being highlighted here. In my personal opinion, my preference goes that I should have this status line visible on my project plan. And how I can make that, I just right click on this and say go to grid lines. And from grid lines, there are number of options that you can use to create grid lines on project plan. So I am going to select for status date. Here I go. And then what you can do is you can select how you want to represent this status date. So I say, okay, it has to be a solid line, and I would like to pick a color for it. Let's say I want to pick red color to show my status grid line on my project plan. And I say, okay. Now if I go back to my entry screen, somehow it has not shown that. Let me just redo it. Grid lines, status date, red color. Okay, let me just see why it is not showing up. Yes, it has started showing this red line. If you will see, this red line has started appearing on the Gantt chart. Let me just increase the size of this screen. All right, so I have typically started this project on January. So let me just update this project status date so that it will start showing. This is not the preference though, but yeah, just for the illustration purpose, I can show this to you. Okay, this is starting from 8th of January. So let me go for um, setting of status date for 18th of January. Okay, you see that this status line has started showing up on the Gantt chart. So this is my status date. Now what I can do is I can roll this back, and I can change the start date of the project plan. But for that, then I have to reset my baseline. All right. So although I said that your status date should be the date which you have passed. However, just for the explanation purpose, I have taken the status date which has not yet come, because it is in 2024, January 2024. So now if you see that I am going to update this project on the status date, that means I will be using this option of updating my project, marking this on time or on track or not on track basis this status date. However, if you will see that let's say this project was supposed to start on 8th of January. However, I have already started this before the schedule, and I have done this planning phase, which was supposed to be on 12th, but I did this little early. You can see it is complete now. So what I'm going to do is, let's say this activity which was a creation of scope statement, this was supposed to be done on 8th of January 2024, but I say that I have started and I want to mark this complete. So what I will do is I will go to this tracking screen, and I say that I have started this activity. I started this activity on 14th of December, and I said, okay, and I have finished this on, let's say, within 2 days, I have finished this activity. So likewise, I say that I have, even presented this to the client on 15th of uh, December, which was last Friday. And you will see that this activities, as soon as I gave start date and finish date, it marked this as 100% completed. And then let's say in execution, WSR Connect 1, this one I started on 15th of uh, December, but I have not finished it yet. But I can see the percentage I have completed this task for. So I say I have completed 15% of this, but I have not given actual finish date. So this means that this is not 100% completed yet. So now I have updated my project plan for the activities that I have taken up before the schedule time. Now, if you go back to your entry screen, you will see this reflection here that WSR Connect is 15th of 15th of December, and it has been because it was marked to be finished on 19th of January, so it is still showing 19th of January because I have not given finish date yet. However, if you go and see the scope statement task, I said that I took this task on 14th of December, and I finished on 15th of December. So you see, it took 2 days duration and said to 100% complete. Now, the main objective of this is to see the variance. So now I go back to this variance screen, and here you go. You will see that scope statement has a start variance of 12 days. That means this activity got started 12 days ahead of the actual schedule date. And likewise, if you see this execution phase, you will know that it is giving a starting variance of 20 days. That means this particular section of the project got started 20 days ahead of the schedule. Now let me just show you for the illustration purpose, just for the knowledge purpose. I say that for this one, WSR Connect 2, I see, I just want to go back to this entry screen, and this is WSR Connect 2 was supposed to be on 19th January. So I say, for tracking purpose, I say this got done on, I'm not doing this actual, but yeah, I can show you 19th of January. Instead, I said 26th January, and it got finished on 26th January. I'm just taking, this is not the right way of doing it, but I'm just showing for the illustration purpose that I got this completed. So this actual work was of 1 hour. Day is 1 day, but I got this done in 1 hour. So you can see that it has taken 1 hour. Now, if I go back to variance, you will see that it has given a variance of 5 days. That means this activity got delayed by 5 days. So because this is not showing negative sign here with this 5 day, that means this is a delayed activity. So if you will see, the actual baseline start date was of 19th of January 2024. However, this got started on 26th of January 2024. That means there are 5 days of difference in starting this activity. So this is a late activity. Now, if I have set the baseline, I can just go back to my task, and you will see here we have this option of mark on track or update task. So basically on this update task, you can, this is gonna be giving you a dialog box wherein you can update the information of the selected task, like percentage completed, which you can do from here as well, actual start date, actual end date, finish date, and you can also give notes, like, if, because this is a living document, and if you want to remember what had happened in past, you can always keep a record of the no a record of your whatever activity you are doing on this project plan by taking a notes. So what I say is, I will do this mark on track little later, but before that I want to go on this this project section again. And here is one option which is called update project. So basically what update project does, update project option updates the progress information and the reschedule work for all or some part of the project. So when it is gonna reschedule, that means it is gonna push only all those tasks which have not started yet, or if you mark them to be those are delayed, like with this project plan you won't be able to see the exact updation of the project, because of the fact that this is supposed to start on 8th of January, wherein we are looking at this project plan on 17th of December 2023. So basically, but still, for the information purpose, I can just click on this update project. So update project complete through. So this is 18th of because I had set this status date of 18th of January. So it is gonna be updating the project, taking into consideration the status date. So I say set 0 to 100% completed, set 0 to 100% completed only, and reschedule uncompleted work to start after which date. Let's say there are holiday period and nobody is available, so what you can do is you can just click on this and say whatever tasks are left, reschedule them to start after my status date. So basically, how you can use this feature of Microsoft project, you have taken the status date, you have set the status date to your current date when you are updating this project plan, and from henceforward, this status date is gonna move all the tasks which was supposed to get started before this status date but could not get started. So those tasks will get moved to after this status date, whatever you are going to set for this project. And then again, here we have two things, two options basically. Number one is you can set or update your project for the entire project, or you can select some selected tasks. So if I go for this selected task, it is going to give me which task I would like to reschedule, or if it is my personal preference goes to the entire project, because that's how you are going to monitor your project closely for all the variances. So I am going to select this entire project and I'm going to hit this OK. So all right, so here we go. So this is how you can update your project. This is how you can see the variance. Let's say you have this reporting mechanism in your company. You have to update your stakeholders after every week or after every fortnight. So what you can do is you can take this variance screen with you and say, okay, hey, this is what my project is standing thus far. I have delayed these activities because of these and these reasons, and I have taken up these activities before schedule time, and we are ahead on these activities. These are the slack that I have which I can use to manage this project and fall this project on time. So this is how you can do that. And this timeline view also, like I told you how to take your timeline view, you can just show this timeline view also. And most importantly, your tracking Gantt. So this tracking Gantt is gonna be letting you know that what has been the difference. You can see here that your project is being pushed. Some of the activity which you were supposed to do after the start date, which was 8th of January, but you took them little early. So this is where you have completed all those activities before the schedule time. So you can see that your tracking Gantt is showing all the activities, like some of them are highlighted with filled colors. So filled color means that much percentage has been done on the completed for the task. So that's all for today. Keep watching these tutorial videos, and I'm sure that I will keep on adding more and more information on MS Project. And this is one of the strongest scheduling software that I have used. So I'm sure that you will find it very, very useful. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.